Most people think a daily coffee habit is the reason they aren't rich. They're wrong. There is a silent, shiny, and socially acceptable wealth killer sitting right in your driveway that is draining your bank account faster than any latte ever could. In this video, I am going to follow Alex and Maya as they navigate the hidden traps of modern living. You'll learn how to spot the single largest expense hiding in plain sight, the sweet spot for making big purchases, how a 20-minute video can save you $20,000, and the ultimate secret to turning a liability into a fortune. By the end, you'll see exactly why most people stay broke while others quietly build millions. Alex was the kind of person who loved the new car smell. To him, a car wasn't just a way to get from point A to point B, it was a trophy. Every time he pulled into his office parking lot in a brand new, turbocharged SUV, he felt like he'd finally made it. His friends would give him props, asking what he did for a living to afford such a ride. It felt great, but his bank account felt the squeeze. Maya, on the other hand, drove a 5-year-old sedan. It was clean, reliable, and paid for. While Alex was busy keeping up with the Joneses, Maya was busy keeping her money. The truth is that transportation is the #1 wealth killer because it's the cost that varies the most from person to person. In 2026, the average cost to own and operate a car hit over $10,000 a year. That is a massive chunk of the average salary. For Alex, his monthly payment was over $1,000, a trend that nearly 16% of new car buyers are now trapped in. He was working 40 hours a week just to fund the metal box sitting in his driveway. The biggest thief in Alex's garage was something he couldn't even see: depreciation. Most cars lose 10 to 15% of their value the second you drive them off the lot. Alex's SUV was a sinking ship for his cash. Maya knew better. She understood the depreciation curve. She always bought her cars in the sweet spot, usually 3 to 5 years old with moderate mileage. By doing this, she let the first owner take the massive financial hit, while she stepped in when the value stabilized. Then there's the paperwork tax. Alex was juggling multiple cars for no real reason, paying registration, taxes, and smog checks on vehicles he barely used. Maya kept her fleet small. She knew that every extra car was just another leak in her financial boat. When it came to the daily grind, the costs kept piling up. Alex never looked at the gas pump. He just swiped his card and complained about the price. Maya had a strategy. She used a membership to get cheaper fuel and planned her trips to save on mileage. Over 5 years, the difference in fuel costs alone was enough to fund a luxury vacation. Insurance was another area where Alex was losing. He signed up for a policy years ago and never looked back. Maya, however, had a recurring date on her calendar. Once a year, she called her insurance company. She'd tell them she was thinking of switching, and magically, they'd find a way to lower her rate or match a competitor. She did the same thing with her internet and phone bills. She knew that loyalty rarely pays in the world of big business, but a quick phone call usually does. One Saturday, Alex's check engine light flickered on. He panicked, thinking the worst, and rushed to the dealership. They charged him $100 just to tell him his gas cap was loose. Maya had a different approach. When her light came on, she went to a local auto parts store that offered free diagnostics. She even watched a few short videos online to learn how to handle basic maintenance herself. By learning to change her own oil, she calculated she would save $20,000 over her lifetime. That's $20,000 saved for 20 minutes of learning. The real turning point came when Maya decided to move. Alex lived far away, in a big house because the rent was cheaper, but he spent 2 hours a day commuting. The wear and tear on his car and his mental health was staggering. Maya chose a smaller place closer to her job. Even though her rent was a bit higher, she saved hundreds on gas, maintenance, and depreciation. Most importantly, she got her time back. At the end of 5 years, the gap between them was undeniable. Alex had a garage full of aging cars and a mountain of debt. Maya took the $10,000 a year she saved by being smart about transportation and invested it. She put that money into growth stocks like Microsoft. While Alex's car lost half its value, Maya's investment tripled. There are some videos on my channel about how to invest and where to invest your money in the stock market to make a decent amount of money every year. Building wealth isn't about giving up your morning coffee. It's about making sure your largest expenses aren't working against you. If you buy in the sweet spot, shop for insurance every year, keep your fleet small, and consider living closer to your work, you stop the bleeding. Drop me a comment and tell me if you own a brand new car on finance, and how much are you paying every month? I'll read them all, and that can be a good reference to show people this video is not unreal content.